According to the Central Bank of Malaysia, Bitcoin and Ethereum are not very appropriate for payment systems, and XRP may eventually replace bank deposits. Let's get started and discuss what this truly means. Let's acquire a lot more information and do a fact check. This video has a ton of other XRP in news, but let's start with Smoke Dog. He says July 2025, according to a Central Bank of Malaysia research, XRP can take the role of bank deposits since Bitcoin and Ethereum are considered inappropriate. In the future, private tokens like XRP could replace CIC or bank deposits as a common way to make payments outside of the financial system. A different research, however, declares Ethereum and Bitcoin to be unacceptable payment methods since they are not scalable. I intended to test the accuracy of this report and claim by throwing this into perplexity. And that knowledge is right here. The primary conclusions and tone of the Bank of Nagara are appropriately reflected in your post. Malaysia Working Paper, July 2025. This is a succinct summary of the detailed analysis. XRP is specifically acknowledged in the Bank of Malaysia's Working Paper as a comparable private token that could serve as an alternative to traditional monetary infrastructures and payment methods. According to the study, private tokens like Bitcoin or XRP might eventually replace CICs and bank deposits as a common form of payment outside of the banking system. This goes beyond the widespread use of cryptocurrencies. The National Central Bank has identified XRP as a potential substitute for current cash and conventional deposits. It indicates that XRP has significant institutional trust as a payment channel, particularly in areas that are transitioning to digital and decentralized finance. The research and related foreign studies specifically identify Bitcoin Ethereum as an inadequate payment instrument for the majority of mainstream and DLT-based use cases because to its scalability issue. Their poor scalability and excessive volatility are the cause. Discussions on blockchain scalability and European payment research both support this. Only roughly 7 transactions are processed by Bitcoin every second. Compared to centralized payment systems like Visa, which charge hundreds of TPS, these rates are insignificant. Visa can therefore process up to 50,000 TPS per second. Typically, it costs between 3 and 5,000. MasterCard can grow to roughly 3 to 5,000, and it can grow even more. American Express, if my memory serves me well, is about $14,000. As a result, conventional payment methods can handle tens of thousands of transactions per second, while Bitcoin can handle 7. It won't be taken seriously by anyone to provide service, or the primary claim made by proponents of Bitcoin is that this technology will be the next financial system. You're entirely correct. Although it's not Bitcoin, blockchain technology is the next big thing in finance. Stablecoins don't have KYC, AML, or any of the compliance requirements that banks need in order to use this platform for tokenizing financial products and other things, correct? The ledger of XRP. Further background on the relationships between the central bank and Ripple for cross-border payments and value transfers between fiat currencies and digital assets. Ripple and XRP are increasingly viewed as bridge assets. A number of central banks have examined Ripple's technology for updating payment rails, including the European Central Bank and Japan's Stella project. In order to make the XRP ledger more bank-friendly, Ripple has introduced compliance features and enhancements, including as support for Ethereum-compatible smart contract lending and asset tokenization. By 2025, Ripple unveiled RLUSD, a stablecoin worth over $600 million that aims to increase institutional adoption and ledger liquidity. In order to demonstrate the seriousness of the banking center integration, Ripple has also pursued significant regulatory milestones, such as a Federal Reserve master account and a U.S. national banking license. Keep in mind that many banks are concerned about Ripple obtaining a banking license. However, the Trump administration has stated unequivocally that it will encourage American innovation. If they block this, it would be absurd. I really believe that this will pass, and when it does, we will all be happy. Haters in amazement. Tony Edwards claims that nobody is utilizing the XRP ledger and that there are many morons posting on X. Phil Kwok continues. Very impressive growth on the XRP ledger, with Ripple's RLUSD up 32%, driving the fastest increase in real-world assets compared to any other blockchain. Here are our real-world assets, which total $243 million.xyz. You may track this information yourself here if you ever want to. Their UI and statistics are quite simple to comprehend. You can sign up and gain some extra features for free, but if you're interested in cryptocurrency as well, here it is. According to Erie, the XRP ledger sweet spot will include tokenized real-world assets and DeFi XRP Fi. For those who are unfamiliar with this area, she began working at Ripple in 2013 and departed as the company's general manager in 2020. She is currently a member of the board and has locked in for XRP Fi and real-world assets. This is a post that was highlighted by CryptoWeary. Ripple has been establishing the foundation to link TradeFi and DeFi for years, and it is now beginning to pay dividends. On the front of real-world assets, it is as follows. This year, the amount of activity on the XRP literature has skyrocketed. With the help of partners like Ondo Finance, the Dubai Land Department, and Mercado Bitcoin, tokenized treasuries, real estate, and fixed income products are flooding the market. Along with features like escrow and the native DEX, the XRP literature has built-in tokenization and payment rails. Okay, guys, enjoy your day. I appreciate you watching. I have created a course to help XRP novices, intermediates, and specialists better grasp the XRP ledger and how it affects the business. There is a link in the description if you would like to receive that course for free. After completing the course, kindly let me know your thoughts.